Welcome to the IA profit-taking model. This is built real quick intro. It's built around layers. And while everybody's very optimistic about things like Bitcoin going straight to $1 million, that often doesn't happen. But what is prudent is taking profit on the way in very distinct layers. And that's exactly what this model does. I'm going to walk you through the model in 1 second. But first, we need to look at the methodology. It's based on the probability of reaching certain levels in a certain window of time, like 1 year. And it optimizes your bag, your profit taking, your expected value based on your cost basis, based on your many other factors that you have, your aggressive style, your initial position size, the type of asset, the cost basis, and other user defined parameters. Because the most important thing is when you have situations like this, where an asset goes to the moon like 3LMI, in a very short window of time, this is just as of Feb this year, it went up from $40 to $1,200 and then fell all the way back to about $30. This is not the type of stuff that you want to hold. Same thing for all crypto, same thing for all high beta assets and even irregular assets. And the idea behind the model is it optimizes how much you sell at what level based on your parameters. Let's walk into the system right now and show you exactly how to configure it. First of all, here we have a chart. We're in trading view. Let's just look at Bitcoin. We're going to, first of all, open up our indicator. You will go to invite only and you will find profit taker right here. You pop that open. Within the system itself, you will see very clearly it has the default settings, 5 layers of profit taking, but we're going to go and walk through exactly how you configure it for yourself. First of all, you are in the system. Trading style, considering we're dealing with Bitcoin here, you go very aggressive. Trend bias, I would take a longer trend on this. Show labels, yes. Default layers, I like to see them all. You can turn this on so you can see all the 10 layers of profit taking. Layer width, I like high. And within the table itself, let's move this around. We can see many different things in the profit taker. Consider it like a kind of financial accounting system here. You can open up each column and you can see all the different elements. For example, how much you sell at what level. The percentage sold, the units held, the value sold, the value held, total balance, opportunity cost of selling along the way. And this is kind of critical because a lot of people believe when you sell, you're actually leaving a lot of money on the table, but the opportunity cost is only 26.8% of selling all the way up, and you guarantee having money in the bag. Bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, as they say. Let's look at some more settings too. You go to the initial shares or tokens. Imagine you have 10 Bitcoin. You pop that in here, or it could just be 1 Bitcoin. Let's just do 1 Bitcoin for giggles. You turn in your cost basis. If your cost basis is around $15,000, the price now is around 60, so the cost basis would be 25%. You can also turn this to fixed amount if you like. Stop loss, leave it as 50%. And the layers where you want to begin taking profit. So here, let's zoom out for 1 second, and I'm going to make this a little less busy. I'm going to turn off these 4 so we can see more of the actual screen. Here, if we look at the layers, it says Bitcoin is going up to 164,000. Possibly. We may not reach that level. We're not sure. Currently, we're down at the bottom, near $60,000. Where do we want to start taking profit? Layer 5, that would take us to 78,500. Yes, that's fine, but it'll only be 6.5% of our Bitcoin. Very small amount. We don't start selling hard until layer 6, which would be $84,000. We'd sell nearly 1/3 of our Bitcoin. Layer 7, 30% of our Bitcoin. Layer 8, 25%. Layer 9, 20%. And layer 10, 16%. Now, what happens if you want to keep some of our Bitcoin? We don't want to sell at all. Then you go down to the settings here and you modify it based on exit aggression. You make it low if you want to keep some of your Bitcoin. And here, we'll see exactly how much we have left by turning this on here. The amount of Bitcoin we have left, we'll see it pop up. I think it's this column, is the very last one. units held, we'll still have 0.422 of our Bitcoin. If we change our exit aggression to low, if we change it to high, we'll only be keeping basically less than 10% of our Bitcoin. We'll be selling it all. So it depends on what you are. I do recommend for things like Bitcoin, everybody should always keep some. So having low exit aggression here, but if you're dealing with another asset, like a speculative asset like MicroStrategy or CleanSpark, you want to turn that to high. And that is the system, real simple. These are other settings here. As you get more sophisticated, you can play with your layers. So for example, imagine you don't want to start taking profit until Bitcoin, let's go here, say you don't want to sell at 78,000. What you can do is you can turn this off for profit taking and you can start at layer 6. And that means layer 5 will disappear. Layer 6 is entered now at 84,000. That's the first level at which you take profit and you sell 1/5 of your Bitcoin at that level. Remember as well, when you do this, take a screenshot of this point in time. This will be your playbook, right? We may not hit 164. We may not hit 149. We may not hit 124. We may just get to 100,000. If that's the case, at least you've taken some profit along the way. And these are your levels. And this is what you need to screenshot. Hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, you never go broke taking profits. You never go broke taking paying taxes. These are things that people sometimes often forget, everybody. Let your winners ride too, because what you can do here as well, as a layer, you could set a stop loss. Imagine Bitcoin goes to 100,000. You can leave the stop loss at 99,331, and then that will get you out if it does rebound. So that's how you take that into account. Thanks, everybody.